Got an upcoming general election which is going to bring us more uncertainty. We don't know what Labour are going to do if they win this election. What's new for landlords in 2024? Hi, I'm Sanjay Kumar, co-owner and co-founder of Savoys Properties. I'm here today to discuss with you what is going to be new for landlords like us in 2024. Let's start with the end of renters reform bill. So as you guys know, we're up for election soon, and if Labour win this election, they've already promised that within 100 days, they're going to abolish no-fault evictions. This happens, that's a massive change to landlords. So why is this bad for landlords? Well, look, obviously, as we know, mortgages have gone up and cost of living has gone up. So what happens is generally is rents will go up, because if your mortgage is £1,000, you're not going to charge £1,000 for rent. It's a business, not a charity. So what happens here is, for example, a lot of our mortgages have gone up, and like I just said, the rents go up. So what happens generally is, if someone doesn't agree to the rent or they're not happy with it, you can then serve them a Section 21 notice to ask them to move on, basically, or find another property. This will stop that from happening. So this is a no-fault eviction, which means that you cannot ask them to leave with a Section 21 if, this is a minor example, if you want to increase the rent or whatever it may be. So this is why this is going to be quite difficult for landlords if this comes in place. So next thing we're going to talk about is the Leasehold and Freehold Reform Act 2024, which is going to become law. Now, how is this going to impact leaseholders and freeholders? Well, I'm going to give you 8 examples of how it's going to impact them. So number 1 is going to be the new rights of leaseholders to have longer lease extensions for flats and houses. That's number 1. Then we've got number 2, which is going to be new rights of leaseholders to buy the freeholds of their houses. Then we've got changes to the valuation method for collective infringement by leaseholders. Now look, there's a lot more to this which we haven't got time in this video, and we may do another video about this once I finish these points. If you want to know, let us know, we can go into these points in detail. But anyway, number 4, we've got collective infringement for more mixed-use buildings. Then we've got greater transparency over service charges. Now I know that's good for me as well, because sometimes these companies charge a fortune and you look outside and nothing's been done. We've got introduction of transparency over estate charges. Then we've got changes to building insurance costs. And last but not least, there's no restriction on ground rent. This is going to be a massive impact because, you've got about 38% of all properties that private landlords let to tenants are leasehold. So this is going to be a massive impact in the market. And I know we had a breakfast yesterday. One of my good friends is there who actually is the king of leaseholds. And he was talking about this yesterday. But yeah, this is going to be a major game changer. Right, let's move on now. So we've got the last full year of lower stamp duty. Now, there was a whole mini budget going on when we had Kwasi Kwarteng, and everybody knows the nightmare that we had at that time. But we know also that Jeremy Hunt introduced a sunset clause to the stamp duty reduction in the autumn statement of 17th November 2022, and it's going to come to an end 31st March 2025. So if you guys want to start buying these properties, buy them now, because we've got a short window left. Right, so next one's quite good if you've got a pension. They're going to abolish pension lifetime allowance from the 6th of April 2024. This is going to happen, and what I'm saying to you, it will all go ahead unless Labour reverse this. But what this actually means, if it does go through, is if you've got your pension, you can draw your money from your pension, invest it into a property without any tax penalties. So this is going to be great for people who have a pension out there that have to move it around and try and think what they can do with this pension, with this money, because obviously it takes years and years to build it, and then you are restricted in some ways. What you can do with it, you can put it in a SIP, there's many more things that you can do with it, and then the SIP can then buy a property, whereas this way, there's no tax penalty, so it's going to be a great thing. We've got reduction in tax-free allowance for capital gains tax. Capital gains tax are a bit of a mixed bag. The tax-free allowance is dropping from £6,000 to £3,000, meaning you pay more CGT. However, the top CGT rate for higher earners is being reduced from 28% to 24%, which is good news. We've got an upcoming general election which is going to bring us more uncertainty. Landlords like you and I are entering a period of even more uncertainty as the renters reform bill was dropped. We don't know what Labour are going to do if they win this election. Bookmark the related post below, and I'll keep them updated when we hear more, and when we hear more, we're going to tell you more. I think one of the major things for myself in this general election, if Labour win, is VAT on schools. I mean, I know we're talking about property here, but this really frustrates me because I'm obviously a taxpayer. My tax goes to the government, who then provides school for children. My kids are fortunate enough that I work hard enough that I send them private schools, and if they start charging VAT on this, that's 20% times 3 kids. It's a lot of money. Will I keep them there? I actually don't know. And I think it's actually something that the Labour government has not thought through, because if even half the people pull their children out of the private school, they haven't got enough chairs in local schools for these people to sit in, and the classrooms, they haven't got enough classrooms, they've got enough teachers. So it's really easy targeting people who are working and making the money, saying we're going to target the rich, if you like, saying we're going to take, charge of the VAT. But I think it's a crazy idea. I don't think it's been thought through properly. This thing is ridiculous. I don't know what your guys' views on this is, but yeah, leave a comment below, because I'm not voting Labour just purely because of that. Don't get me wrong, I'm a bit fed up with Tories as well, but because of this one VAT scenario, if you like, which I think has not been thought through at all, it just shows me that the government's probably not thought about a lot of things. I mean, this is purely to get people on side by saying, let's just charge these guys VAT in the private schools. But like I said, what happens to then the normal schools? If I pull out 3 of my children, somebody else pulls out theirs, is there enough space in the school? And we all know the answer is no. So yeah, leave your comments below if you agree or disagree with me. Let me know your thoughts. So I've got good news. I just completed on the site yesterday. Last night, actually, I got a phone call at 5:30, and I still haven't got the keys yet. I've got Ronnie behind the camera. We were supposed to go this morning to pick the keys up, and he's been phoning me, hounding me down. I'm getting the keys, I'm getting the keys. But unfortunately, the agent's office has had a leak or something. So he's like, look, he's got 2 offices and the keys on the other one. So I said, look, I'm not in a rush, I'll pick them up. But we're gonna do, this is a commercial to residential. So I won't talk about it too much now, because I'm gonna spoil the surprise. It's a great site. I've picked it up. I know somebody very, very close to me picked up a site on the same road, 3, maybe 4 years ago, and they've paid about £50,000 more than I did now. And for the commercial element, and right now this price should be more. So I've got absolute bargain on this, and I'm looking forward to sharing this with you. So do me a favor, follow us. Make sure you follow us, because I'm going to show you this amazing site, the development we're going to do. And if you want to do commercial to residential and commercial to HMO, I'm going to show you the way to do it.